Folks, hello and welcome to a very special Tavern Chat slash Triple D.
Or
It's a week.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's a weekend
The
special.
the day cast. Let's just
The
call it. I
daycast.
can call it the day cast.
The day,
Tenkar's day cast.
the daycast. It's
Yeah.
like daycare for those that are. I'm online.
That's a good title for it. D and daycare. D&D daycare
Oh, oh, D and D daycare.
or D and daycare.
Live. D and I don't know. I think the D
Well,
and D flow
I'm a
more.
GM. That's what I do. Think up stuff.
Oh, gotta get her on.
Yeah.
So
And yeah,
Glenn and I figured we would do a special little bit of a weekend when we didn't do our normal
anything
triple
last
D.
week.
Yeah, last a week ago Friday, we were not able to do it, and the reason being it was
It
all
was, it
me.
was 4th of July.
It
That's
was
why.
fourth. Well, it was fourth. It was the 4th of July, and I had just driven to the Poconos. It was actually a nice drive, but it
Yeah.
was a long drive because they rerouted us through all these back roads. Beautiful, but tiring. And the highlight, of course, was up and down hills. And the dog who had already thrown up the night prior threw up at the highest elevation point. Rach was ready for it. She had a wee wee pad.
Ready.
So yeah, and I was like, this is gonna be a fun one.
But
James, Death Angel,
Roger,
Roger, Paul,
by
all
the
of
by
you.
the way, how was the Poconos aside from the trip? I mean.
Well, aside from the trip going up, we had rain most days, but
Ooh.
not well, no, but not all day. Like you'd get like an hour. It was like Florida. You'd get
Uh-huh.
an hour of rain, and then you'd be like, oh, okay,
Hi,
very,
Don.
hey Don, very cool. Yeah, I know it's only 12 p.m. Somewhere it's time to start drinking. Though I've only got it's not Kool Aid, but I could be drinking Kool Aid.
I'm drinking my usual Arnold Palmer.
Oh, nice.
I got pictures of it. I'm starting to feel like Cy Robertson with his sweet tea pitcher.
Oh my god. Oh my nose. But no,
God,
but the Pennsylvania was nice. We uh, Glenn, you got Rachel hooked on going to antique stores. I refused to do so, but she kept on going.
I've been to too many lately because
Uh,
Becky's, I'm retired, time to do up the house.
yeah. No, Rachel's like, we could do antiquing. I'm like, no, not today. Not today.
I I and she's putting me to shame as far as ordering stuff from Amazon. I mean, my God. Curtain rods, drapes, we got a new bed frame, that kind of thing.
I
God
ordered
bless her. I'm glad she's enjoying it, but she's wearing me out.
it was Amazon Prime Days. I ordered nothing. Even my mother asked me, "What did you order for Amazon Prime Days?" I'm like, "Nothing." She's like, "Nothing."
I didn't order anything from Amazon Prime, and it's still going on until the 27th. I did go to Barnes and Noble and get on the July half price Criterion sale.
Okay.
They have that in July and November, twice a year. You can buy Criterion DVDs and Blu-rays, and if you know about Criterion DVDs and Blu-rays, they are usually more expensive than the usual ones. So
Yep.
everybody waits for the sale at Barnes and Noble.
There you
You know
go.
that. So that's the only one I got.
All right.
Arsenic and Old Lace. And the only
uh,
reason like I said, when I put it up on fun fact, I've done this show 4 times and I've never watched the movie. You believe that?
well, now that's going to change.
Yeah.
Now that
I mean, this guy right here, Jonathan Brewster, kind of became a signature role for me because I played him 3 times.
yes,
And
Barnes and Noble. I couldn't find one either unless I went to.
yeah, well, I'm going to be putting a pre-order in near the end of it because it'll give me some. I got a $10 credit anyway, but Criterion's going to be re-releasing This Is Spinal Tap.
This is Spinal Tap was I had planned initially on July 4th weekend catching it in the theater, but then I wound up being in the Poconos, and the nearest theater is like an hour drive, and that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. But I had the MGM release that came after. See, Criterion released this like early on when they got into DVDs.
Right.
And it went out of print really fast because MGM said, we're going to release that. Take it off. And the original Criterion edition, you go on eBay, it'd go for a couple of $100 because
Really?
it was very, very hard to find. And now they're going to re-release it on Blu-ray and 4K, and I'm getting mine. So I'm excited. That's the only thing I'm excited about releases anyway.
Okay.
I've got Sunset Boulevard coming in September, which they're going to release in 4K. Haven't seen a Barnes & Noble in years. Well, barnesandnoble.com. That's what I do. Because we're in a small town about 30 miles away from OKC. So it is very rare when I get to walk into one.
Books A Million, bam, I could have walked into when I was in the Poconos, but I had nothing I wanted to
We had Books A Million out here, but they pulled out.
Oh, well. There
are no Books A Million in Oklahoma anymore.
It sounds like Catholic safe sex, but I'm bummed. They pulled out.
Yeah, we got our birth control method. It's called the rhythm method.
Oh yeah. And that's you know what, I have a joke I can make, but I'm not going to make.
So did Raish antique by herself, or
no? We wound up. They opened up a new store up in White Mills, which is right between Hawley and Holmesdale. So those are those two urban centers, and the store is, I forget what they call it, but it's an Amazon return store. So what?
It's one of their. It's like, I know what you're talking about.
Right. So what they do is, and this surprised me, is that on
their clearance centers.
Right. So on Friday, everything is one price on all these tables, and then the next day, they decrease the price. So apparently, this was like junk day. So everything on a day, they only had it going for 2 days, Friday and Saturday. The tables were packed for the holiday weekend. Friday it was Saturday and Sunday, no Friday, because Friday was a holiday. We get there Saturday, everything is $1. We actually found a few useful things.
Wow.
I was like, what? I found an unopened package of men's socks. I was like, for $1? I'll take it, please.
So what is it? You say it's Amazon?
It was Amazon returns. It was
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah. So what
I know they sold returns. I seen clearance stuff on their website.
Yeah, no. Apparently, what they do is that Amazon sells off like at auction, like bulk returns. So these people buy bulk returns, and the junkier stuff, or the stuff that they can't figure out how to quickly turn over on eBay, they do it through the storefront. I was like, wow.
I remember back in the VHS days, I had a friend of mine take me out to the LA area, somewhere in LA, where, remember Blockbuster Video? They had a clearance store where they sent all their, this is back in the VHS days, one of the places they send all their tapes that they, end of life, they'd rent them for like 10 times, and then they'd send them there and get a new copy or whatever. So I got quite a few VHS tapes cheap. So that was a good thing. Now, if they can do that with games.
That reminds me, I had a dream last night that you bring that up, that Amazon clearance center had a table that was full of RPGs, and I didn't even know it until these kids were digging through it, going, "Oh, look, Warhammer!" I went, "What?" And all these games were piled up on the table, and I'm like, I should just pay these kids $10 to get away from the table and buy everything.
Yeah, that'd be something. Sure you weren't at Ollie's in your dream?
No, we have Ollie's about, I don't know, 25, 30 miles from me on Long Island,
Mhm.
but I've never actually stepped into it.
Yeah, we got about 30 miles over in Lawton. We got that. I think there's one in Oklahoma City, but it's like way over on the other side.
Well,
Um,
with this whole diamond bankruptcy,
they're
Ollie's
going
is
to get a
gonna,
lot.
oh my God,
They're going to get a lot.
that Five Below might get some because I have found
I've seen
D and
not
D
much.
stuff, but it's usually it's niche stuff like
It's usually like cards.
or D and D for not D and D for toddlers, but D and D's for pre preteens.
Yeah, or
Intro.
T-shirts or coloring books or something like
Right.
that. Right.
So,
I'm breaking up for you. Is Switch 2 really that bad?
I know that the day that the Switch released, GameStop screwed up, and we were stapling receipts to the boxes,
Uh-huh.
and the boxes apparently Nintendo got cheap and
Uh-huh.
didn't insulate the boxes. So when the receipts got stapled to the boxes, some of the staples went and actually pierced the screen or
Oh.
scratched the screen of the Switch. So yeah,
Oh man.
not
Oh.
good.
Also,
Not
yeah, I saw a YouTube video on GameStop, why they're failing and all that. I'd forgotten they bought ThinkGeek,
Oh my God, that's right.
and I think they were trying to sell them in their stores at one time.
Think Geek works
ThinkGeek, yeah,
because it's online. People search it out, and if you search it out, you will spend the money.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right, Don. Be careful talking about Diamond and saying anything bad about Glen Ronan can get you banned from Page. I'm gonna just mention I am no longer a special guest at Page.
Really.
That was my own decision. I actually pulled myself from Page back in June. I didn't announce it, and you can kind of consider this an announcement. I don't think
Well,
I
I
need
have
to
I
announce.
have nothing against Green Road. Well, one little tiny thing, but for the most part, I like those people. I mean, I had in the early days of M&M, I had a good conversation on their forums with Steve Kenson, who wrote Mutants of War.
Right.
But I don't really do. The only tiny thing, and this is just being nitpicky and stuff like that. But the Age game, Dragon Age,
Uh,
they put out a Mystara book. Mystara's basic D&D. Leave it alone. I'm very protective of Mystara.
well, I listen. Green Ronin for me is the best known from my eyes as the publishers of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, 2E. So that was, you
That's
know,
a good thing.
that was a good thing. Um, 2015 and the Orange List that they were involved in pushing.
I remember that.
Not listen when politics. You can do it. This is free market, but don't be pissed off when your politics, public politics, interferes with your business model. Because when you tell people, "Go f yourself," we don't want you as a customer. Guess what?
You won't
People
get.
go, "All right, f you. You don't have me as a customer." And I'm going to take it another step for Green Ronin or any company.
Hey,
All
Dave.
right, to have to put out a take the hat to pass the hat because they don't have initially it was $9,000. Now I've heard it's gone up to like I don't know 50. They're trying to raise on GoFundMe. Here's the reality: a technical law on the books isn't a technical law. It's the law. Technically, it's the law. It isn't like, well, they don't have to. No. So Green Ronin is screwed. Okay, Paizo is screwed probably to a lesser extent. But Green Ronin is one of those companies that's going to be competing against itself when their stock gets auctioned off and gets sold through Ollie's, and everybody can go buy the Expanse RPG for 20 cents on the dollar. You know,
Yeah,
simple
well,
fact.
it's going to happen.
But yeah, what happened was uh, apparently Chris Promise, you say tomato, I say tomato, was made a special guest yesterday or the day before, but not added to the list of special guestness. The list of special guestness. All right.
Guess this,
The list of special
special
guestness
guest.
on the page.
The special guest
I
stay.
need the special. I need the special guest
Yeah.
list. No, they announced it on Facebook. And by the way, there are so fucking many announcements on Facebook that I no longer read them because they are constant and never ending. And I do have a world outside of Page.
Really?
But yeah, you would you wouldn't you would be surprised.
Yeah, we're both retired, so who has a life?
Who has time? That the honey-do list becomes I got a
No,
honey-do list for today, but yes. But here's the thing: you're a company that is putting your products in the hands of a distributor who, over the years, has had issues, and you banked your business model on them.
Right.
Shame on you. You know, shame on you. Just like the 5 o'clock news
Yep.
from my Ute.
Yeah.
Uh, shame on you because you put yourself in that position. Nobody else did. I didn't. No other company put you there. Bloodworth, who's the one DM Bloodworth, Ed is the one that pointed out
Uh-huh.
that hey, you reap what you sow. You made a bad business decision, and you alienated half your customer base. Oh, what do you think is going to happen? All Don did was say, "Yeah, well said. Sorry, you violated an unwritten policy at Page, and I'm going to throw this out there, and I'm sure Don and I will throw this out again later. I was a special guest at Page. I never got an official Page policy. So I'd love to know where this Page policy that we were informed of, that we were never informed of, actually is.
Hmm.
So just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Unrelated, but I notice Don Samora of Wizard Tower Games is on here. We already said hi, but I have been made an editor at Wizard Tower Games now. I want their stuff to look great.
I
And
think that's good.
yes.
Good thing.
Well, haven't you edited stuff before?
Not like officially.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Joe has done a lot of unofficial editing or a lot of editing. I know a lot of people that and nobody that does editing is ever an English major. They're history majors. They got law degrees. These are people that wrote papers, not people that read papers.
right.
Yeah, think, oh, I read a book. Congratulations. Have you written anything? What? I was a history major. All I did was write. All I did was write. And then when I was a sergeant, I had an administrative position for a number of years.
Report.
All I did was write. My shit had to be perfect because I was writing for an inspector or a captain, and it was going up the chain to a 3-star or the PC, the police commissioner. So I could not embarrass them. And I will say this: what I saw yesterday is an embarrassment. Oh my God. There's a certain person in the Carolinas that's probably going, I could do better than that. And you know what? They could. Just saying.
Dare I ask?
Dude, you'll have to tune in for a video later today or tomorrow
I'll
because
see what I can. I'm sure I'm going to run into it sometime.
oh my god, yeah, uh, the- uh, I don't know what state of mind, but
Right.
yeah,
Well, what happened?
incomprehensible.
What happened with me was I printed out the Rock Junction book, and I started going through it and picking out the typos and the the mistakes, and I started sending them to Don over Facebook Messenger, and it's like, why don't I just make a copy of this PDF and mark it up and send it back to him? Because that's a lot easier than just keep listing stuff. So that's what I did. Next thing he says, "You want to be an editor?" Sure. I'm waiting for the corrected core book because my head is big enough now going. He said, "Yeah, we corrected it." So let me see it. Let me double check and take a look.
See, Glenn, how do you get a job? Do it. So simply, you know what? A lot of times you just got to put yourself in that position. It
Yeah.
doesn't come to you because you go, I really like, you know, I'll pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Listen, Wimpy, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You actually
Well,
have to go
I
out and do.
I told him I've been around here looking for like to make some money anyway. I need to make some money for the cons next year, because I'm retired now, and well, what can I say?
Yeah, no, trust me. I know. Oh, folks, by the way, I figured out that Restream, believe it or not, has a QR code feature. So the QR code, right. I actually remember. I got to right over there. Is if you want to become a member and support this channel, it just you just take your phone out, yeah, and you go, oh, there it goes, took me right there. And the links on the bottom of the screen are for a humble bundle and for fanatical, or where they got the what do you call it, Twilight 2000, which is just ridiculously priced. As is the humble bundle. The humble bundle is ridiculously priced, but you're getting 57 items for $40. It's just a huge thing, but it's a great way to support this channel, support my co-hosts. I try to keep everybody. Mike's probably gonna. From Mike, I'd probably have to buy him new internet, which isn't happening. But we've kept Glenn with new microphone, Mike a headset until he destroyed it twice,
and another hard disk.
and another hard disk. So we try to keep our co-host happy. No, none of us are doing this for the money,
Well, keep us productive anyway.
right? We're not doing this for the money. I still love when people go, Tenkar does this things for the clicks. Listen, a good day of advertising from YouTube advertising is a $6 or $7 day. The average day is 2 to 3. I'm not doing it for the clicks. I'm not somebody who's making hundreds of dollars a day from a YouTube channel. I'm not somebody who's paying my mortgage. I'm not even. Maybe I could pay my electric bill, but it is New York, so maybe not.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, there are real things that need fundraising, like the Texas
Yes.
flooding. Yes, yes. You know, and that's the thing. Listen, apparently, if I hadn't already withdrawn from Page, although my video my video about Green Ronin went up before the announcement that Chris was a special guest, I'm sure retroactively I would have been told to take my video down because my video mentioning the fundraiser wasn't very endearing. I mean, and by the way, it's tilting windmills. Just so everybody knows, it's tilting windmills because it's going to accomplish nothing, and they'd be better off. And I'm not saying they should do this. They would be better off bidding on their own stock with whatever monies are raised to
That's
keep
a
it
good
off
idea,
the
actually.
action, to keep it off the aftermarket. You know,
That's a pretty good idea. I mean,
so
you got to get it back. You want to get it back somehow and resell.
um here it is on. It's on Fanatical. So the link is a shortened link down below, which is an affiliate link. So it does help me. I'm not going to say it doesn't. So Twilight 2000 for you get 51 products for Twilight 2000 for $14.99. You get 23 for $9.99. You get 5 for $2.99. So if you only wanted the basics, it is the core rules, Free City of Krakow, City of Angels, U.S. Army Guide, and some player's guide that you get for the $2.99. And I am not going to read off what you get for the $14.99.
Right.
It's just too many things. But I ran it for a short campaign, probably about 2 months back in my early college years, and we had fun. We had a good time. But then the players got depressed. It's like this. We're not gonna. This is a depressing world. I'm like, yeah, that's our potential future, right? A depressing world. Uh, Fanatical had. By the way, the codes go through drive-through, so they give you codes. They are drive-through downloads. Fanatical mostly did video games until recently, and now they're dipping their fingers into uh, RPGs and comic books. So their deals are pretty good. And by the way, like Glenn, if you want sound effects, there are bundles that at the lowest price are free for
Oh,
like certain
fanatical.
products. Yeah, I was
I've
surprised.
got tons already, but I could always use more.
Yeah. Death Angel, Green Ronin Games should rename itself Don Quixote Games. DQG. Well, I mean, this could be the nail in a lot of comic book companies' coffins.
Could
I
be.
mean, the industry, especially in comic books, the industry has been imploding for what 2 decades. It's a slow implosion, but it's an implosion, and this is literally um, watching a lot of these companies look at their profit margin is gone. This is huge loss, huge loss.
Huge.
It's huge. It's hugely.
Huge. Yeah, it's a real huge loss.
Yeah, I can't believe how big is a loss it's going to be.
I
Might
can't believe.
might
I
have
mean,
to. We used to joke about
elephants
pimping out our
defecating
artists, but
wouldn't.
they may have to pimp them out. You know?
Elephants defecating wouldn't couldn't match how big a load of crap this is
Oh,
going to be.
oh, oh. And is that takes that bull in a china shop to a different level.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, well, see, but Death Angel, you're not a special guest. Special guests are held to a
Uh,
higher standard,
yeah,
omnipotent standard, because you have to know who's on a list that isn't even listed, and you have to know the rules that aren't even presented. That is the level that you got to be on.
oh boy.
He's bullshit, man. He's bullshit.
Anyway, oh, by the way, come Monday, tomorrow, I may or may not be on the internet because we're getting a new internet provider.
Ooh.
I'm using Optimum right now.
Okay. Is optimum not optimum?
Uh, there's a couple of things I really don't like about them. One, they closed their office here in Chickasha. Their closest one is in Lawton, 30 miles away.
Okay.
And two, I don't know. I can't find. It's hard for me to find stuff on the web or on my phone. They got the usual app that these companies have, but I
Right.
can never get into it. that kind of thing. So we're going with Dobson. Dobson just came in the area and ran fiber. So
Oh, okay.
we're going to get like 1 gig up and download for like $60.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I think we're getting half a gig right now.
Damn, very nice.
So I hope I hope that works out. I'm crossing my fingers. Since I moved to Oklahoma, we've been using Cox. Cox is, well, they have their little problems, but they get on them right away and they really try and, keep on top of it.
Okay.
If I lose internet and I call their number, um, if it's not our fault, like something happened here or something,
Right.
it's usually they'll put a recording in this area. This is out, so we're working on it. So I find that nice. Optimum should
Right.
do that too,
Okay.
but there's a little lack of customer service that you know we could do. They could do better.
Right.
What I'm saying, and
Fair enough.
so I'm pretty much sure I will be on. I'm just not sure. I want to make sure the coverage. We got a 2,000 square foot house, and we got to make sure we get the like right now. We've got a modem in the office, Becky's office,
Right.
and we got two extensions right here in my office, and one on the other side of the the house in the living room, and that covers us.
Okay.
Now they're saying that it's a 1,500 square feet coverage, so we may need a booster, but we're going to go with what they got right now and see how it goes.
Okay.
Because if I can't get any internet or Becky can't watch her streaming programs,
Oh yeah.
there's going to be a problem.
Well, your boosters, are they from your current cable company or are they
Yeah,
from? See, like, I own my boosters.
do you?
Yeah, it's Google Nest or whatever it is.
Last house we were in, we had a booster that we bought that we plugged in that seemed to work all right. I don't know where the hell it is now, but
Yeah, I've got three boosters throughout the house,
yeah, well, that's good.
and then somebody always unplugs one of the ones downstairs to plug in a salt
Something.
lamp. It's like you plug in your salt lamp and then your doorbell won't work.
Yeah,
Just warning you. Just
I can hear that, man. But we should be up and running. I'm just glad there's no game tomorrow night on here, so um, that's good. So we got a week to figure it out,
yeah.
and we'll probably have another daytime sometime next week, and we'll see how it runs. So we'll be back, folks.
Maybe, yeah, yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I have Verizon FiOS. Yeah, I got that fiber.
Do you?
Yeah, but I mean, I've had it for years, so I think I only get 100 up and 100 down. I
Hmm.
probably need to change my.
Well,
My
we've got more companies. I mean, I hear Cox is here now, although I haven't seen any presence. Dobson just moved here. We've got Hillary. I don't want to go with them just because of the name, um, but who knows? They may have a good deal. Spectrum. I think we have Spectrum on here. I'm not sure.
you got choices.
And AT&T. I really don't want to go to AT&T. Remember back? What was it? AT&T. What did they call their service? But my brother-in-law had AT&T, and he finally got rid of it because they were nickel and diming him to death. You know what
You're
I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah. Oh God. AT&T merged with something cellular. I forget. I mean, and oh my, no, there were so many cell phone companies. I'm trying to remember the one that merged with AT&T, and it's hard. Wasn't OmniPoint? 'Cause OmniPoint was way before that. Oh
Yeah,
God.
but it was either that AT&T or Cox, and we went with Cox after I found out about his problems. And I looked at the plans, and it's like, yeah, but and also it had a real like sustaining problem. Like if somebody wanted to use the internet for something else somewhere else, you'd lose it.
Okay.
And it's like that's the straw right there.
By the way, it was Singular.
Singular.
Singular bought out AT&T, mothballed the AT&T name for a little bit, and then realized nobody gives a shit about the name Singular.
Singular. Not
Yeah,
that kind.
Singular.
No, that's a medicine. That's
Yeah,
that's
so that's
you know, thing like that. But I will Comcast and AT&T merge. I didn't know that. I thought Comcast was still around as a separate entity. Oh well.
it's all about the merger, sir. It's
Yeah.
all about the merger.
We're gamers and we follow the gaming industry. We should know about the mergers.
Yeah, but gaming industry there aren't too many mergers,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of surprising. But I maybe not because the game, mergers of corporations are about how to get the best bang for your buck,
Mm-hmm.
and most gaming companies want to make a buck, but they're all about controlling their own process.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get too many people,
Well, like Becky's getting back into the spices to
uh huh,
sell, and her goal is to become successful enough so some corporation will buy her out.
okay,
Kind of like Burt's Bees. You know,
uh,
they got bought out for like millions of dollars or something like that. But she
okay,
wants to get it successful so she can get them in the stores around here or whatever. And
yeah.
then some corporations go, "Oh, McCormick wants to buy us. Okay, how much?"
Death Angel. I had Sprint back at the turn of the century, and when I was at work, we my precinct building was made out of like cinder block, so I couldn't get cell reception in the center of the building. If I was dealing with prisoners in our holding cells, I couldn't get cell reception, and neither could So it was really, really annoying to have Sprint. AT&T worked. Was it Nextel worked? That little beep beep. Pick pick up a quart of milk on your way home. Beep beep. Fuck you, Joe. I mean that type of. I hated those point to point walkie talkie features on those phones. By the way, just saying. Just
Yeah,
saying.
I a long time ago I worked for Convergys customer service, and
Okay.
they had the Direct TV contract. So practically everybody there was doing like hookups and all this stuff, and they had at the time come out with a Direct TV internet, and nobody wanted it because it was through the dish.
Oh,
And it's like going up, it was great. Return, it sucked.
well, because wasn't it like uh, didn't your didn't your uploads have to go through dial up?
Something like that. Yeah, you had to have a dial up in addition to
Right. Yeah.
the dish.
Right. Because you were sending out. You
Yeah.
were receiving. So in theory, if you're streaming something, that's great. But
Hmm.
if you wanted to upload, I don't know, an audio file, you could be there for a day and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. That was something else. Yeah, I worked for them when I first got to Oklahoma for about a year and a month until they canned me. Um, and I never regretted it really.
You never regretted getting canned or regretted the month you worked there.
I regret getting canned. It's always nice to have money.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that's they were like, you have so many days off, and you can re-earn 8 days off, but they make it so hard to earn the days off. I mean, it was a racket. I had to work 10 days in a row after I came back from my marriage. I had to make sure somebody could cover me long enough so we can go to Arkansas to get married, and that kind of thing. You know,
Wow.
it was that kind of. It's BS. Yeah, Death Angel's right. Downstream was satellite, upstream was dial up. Terrible. the tech mill.
We
I
just
remember before I left, the thing they want us to get from the customers when they were setting up their direct TV,
uh
we had to ask for their social security number. And all of us, it's like, nobody's going to give it to us because they think it's an invasion of their privacy. And frankly, we all thought it was too.
mhm.
So anyway, Convergence pulled out of Oklahoma anyway. So yeah, they wanted to do that, and just kind of scummy, scummy stuff like that. I really didn't. I didn't care. I really didn't care about that company at all. That's the first company I ever saw that offered a daycare.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they had daycare for people who have to work and want to, they can watch their kids. Nice.
Not too sure.
Now it's a Sam's Club. So
Possibly an improvement.
possibly,
Possibly.
possibly. I'm just glad there was no online gaming at that time.
Why?
Download, dish, upload, dial up.
Uh, well, no, there was online gaming. I online gamed with EverQuest back when it was dial-up.
Did you?
The original EverQuest, and so the problem with that would be when they forced an update, you could be sitting at your computer for 2 to 3 hours or longer, tying up the phone line, uh,
Yep.
doing a download. I had friends that had two phone lines, so they could have one for the computer, one for voice. Uh, my horrible experience was the first expansion pack for
Uh huh.
EverQuest Kunark. When Kunark released, the update bricked my video card. It was no longer good enough, so I had to not only install the update that I could not then use, I had to go out and buy a video card so I could continue playing the game that I was subscribed to.
Right.
That was not
Yeah.
so good.
Hmm. Oh, and I remember nobody wanted to work Sundays because DirecTV had NFL Sunday Ticket.
Oh yeah,
And half the calls were, why can't I get this game? It says this game's playing. It's supposed to be part of your package. Well, I'm sorry, sir. It's blacked out in your area. What are you talking about? I'm paying extra, that kind of thing.
right.
And we had to listen to that all day. Because NFL Sunday Ticket was still subject to blackout rules. And people didn't get that, even if it's in the fine print, when they sign
Right.
up for it. But you get all these. The two guys that were the biggest complainers to me were the Sunday Ticket guys and the old guys when we took the Western Channel cable channel away.
Where's my Western channel?
Exactly. Where's my Western, damn it? That kind of thing.
I was gonna watch Bonanza, watch Hoss, and
Yeah.
and that little one that became John Landon or whatever. I was
Yeah.
gonna watch that, and you took that off my channels.
Yeah. Yeah. We get those too.
I don't want to watch
I found them.
Maverick.
I found them humorous.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to hear a funny story? Not funny to the person who had to, but I was working there and I found out that one of our customer service people got fired
Uh,
over an inappropriate comment in one of the subscribers account because you're when you do stuff you got to sit there and type what you did so the next person, if there's a problem, the next person knows how to handle it. Well, this one girl got fired and I saw the account she was talking about. It was OJ Simpson's account. And
okay.
she typed in the notes section, do not give him his subscription back until he admits he killed them.
God bless her.
And that got her fired. And it's like, lady, I'm male, but you got balls bigger than me.
Yep. God bless her. You
Oh,
know you did it. Just admit it.
yeah, exactly. But it was funny. Sometimes I go through and look at celebrities' accounts just to see the notes on there. So some of them were pretty amusing. Apparently, we set up Oprah's mansion and things like that. And Kiefer Sutherland called because he was on his dad's account to try and get a certain package. So they, it was fun. You know, I didn't have much gaming at that time, so it was fun.
It's like, hi, this is Kiefer. I'm calling on my father's account. Donald, uh, I, can I get the porn channels on? Why is there no porn
Ooh.
channels on? Uh, where's my porn? That isn't doesn't didn't Showtime still have porn? I mean, what about
What,
that Showtime late at night thing that they talk about?
where's the Playboy channel?
Yeah, 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 yeah. This isn't this. You should have seen the porn that I saw out in Malaysia when I
Oh
was
Lord.
working filming. Oh my god.
Anyway, that's one of the those are one of the few good memories I have of that place.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
mean, you got your cop stories, I got these, and theater stories, and gaming stories. I could, depending on whether you're a gamer or an actor, I could bore you for hours
You
with
never
stories.
bore, Glenn. You never bore.
Um, yeah, but yeah, I mean, oh man, I mean, I watched those Reddit stories they put on YouTube, the
Right.
gamer horror stories. It's like, God, everyone I read, I just go away saying, man, I'm glad I dodged that bullet. A lot of stuff never happened to me, ever. I've never really had a bad player.
Okay.
Um, but I've had kind of obnoxious player or two, but I've never had a bad player that just, are just nasty. But I only had to kick somebody out of the group once, and I don't want to do it again.
You see, I usually if you had we had a bad player, it was an online group, and we just agreed to dissolve the group and then reform it for a different night in 2 weeks,
Yeah,
and and the problem just went away. And was it the mature way to deal with it? No, it was the avoidance way to deal with it.
yeah. Well, this guy got to the point where he was telling other players how to play their character to the point where other players were really getting angry at him. So I met up with the guy where we played and another guy who was another GM, and I said, okay, what do we do? Because I was up. I was the GM at the
Right.
time. So in the next one, I just before we started, I say, sorry, I have to say this, but so and so, I don't think it's a good group for you anymore. Okay, you got to leave. So, and he quietly he did, and there was a pregnant pause through this whole thing where he quietly packed up his stuff and left. And we're all like, okay, we can breathe now.
Yeah, I can
And
see
then I
that.
found out from the guy Jimbo where we played in his basement, his then wife told us afterwards. She said, "What happened down there? I saw so and so in his car crying before he left." And I was like, "Oh well, it happens. Those are the kind of administrative things you got to take care of when you're running the group."
Yeah,
I mean, it's
somebody has to be the hatchet man.
yeah. And it was my turn to be GM, so guess who gets the dirty work?
You had the dirty work. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, I had to do that quote real life
Uh
because
huh.
when I dealt with the broken toys, if you were a broken toy in the NYPD, your survival rate was about maybe 15%, probably closer to 10%.
Oh,
Otherwise, you were
you
going
mean
to get dismissed. They were
you mean
suspended with pay.
they're what?
I mean, they were suspended with pay, which meant
Uh,
that they showed up for an hour, got sent to prove that they lived, and then were sent home, and they were pending dismissal. Pretty much all of them.
So like for a month they're that way, and then they drop the other shoe.
Oh no, it was 9 months,
Oh,
12 months.
okay.
I had one guy for 2.5 years.
Whoa.
Yeah,
So,
and
but they
uh,
finally.
yeah, finally the decision comes down, and I was the hatchet. It was because, and I wasn't the only hatchet, but I became the only hatchet, even when I no longer had the position. They would
Mhm.
still come to me because I could show empathy, not sympathy, but I had empathy. I could get people informed, sign their paperwork, get them, without them losing their fucking minds. And I am proud of the work I did for that aspect. I am not happy that I dismissed well over 100 members of the service during
Ooh,
my time.
really?
My worst two were home visits I had to do. I
Oh,
actually had to. Oh, yeah. Well, the first one I had to serve. I actually had to give the papers to the kid's mother because he was out riding his bike, and
uh-huh.
I was just like, "All right, I'm so sorry I got to do this." And the other one, I had to go to her house in Brooklyn, and I knock on the door. There's no answer, and I'm like, "Thank God, I don't have to do this today. It'll wait." And as I'm getting back into my unmarked vehicle, I hear Sergeant Steena, real last name, Sergeant Steena, what are you doing here? I went, oh, if you see me at your fucking house on the day that you called
Now,
out,
yeah.
don't say hello. Just
Now,
let me.
those two, were you in plain clothes or had your
Yeah,
uniform
I
on?
was in plain clothes.
I was going to say, yeah, walking up with your uniform, the neighbors are going to be talking.
Yeah, no, she. Why? I was like, listen. I said to her, I go, you know that if I'm here on a day that we officially allowed you not to come in, we granted you the day. If I am here, it's not to give you good news, right? You understand that?
Right.
She's like, yeah. Now that you have officially made contact, I need paperwork to be signed.
Right.
I need to inform you. I had to let her go in front of her two kids.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, no, at her dining room table. None of this was good feeling.
Oh,
None of
boy.
this.
Hey, Mark. Mark's here.
Uh, I see that 315 folks let go over 5 years at the county.
Oh, man. Everybody's got those stories. Wow.
Yeah,
Every cop has those stories. Wow. Hey, Mark, I edited your Rock Junction book. Sent it back to Don. He's working on it.
editor extraordinaire.
Well, editor anyway.
Okay,
But I do my best.
forgotten country.
Yeah. For God and country. Yeah. Every once in a while, one of my old reviews pop up on YouTube, and I go, especially the older ones that I don't even have the books for anymore.
Really?
Well, yeah, you gotta, every once in a while, you gotta, cull the collection.
That's true. All right.
Yeah. I mean, I usually try and pick out books where they sent me for review that I
Mm,
that I was kind of like on,
right.
um, because look, okay, let's, I was given this, so let's pass it on. Either I resell it to like half price books, or I give it to some of my game. I gave some to my gamer friends. They were
Right.
thankful. Um, like Glenn. Glenn, he sent me the second Midderlands book, and
Right.
the on the cover the foil title was wearing off, and I just went on there saying, "Look, you know what I'm saying? This is happening." And he sends me another copy. I didn't even ask. It's like, no, I just want to tell you because to me, Glenn, since he's over in England, whatever he sends me, I want to show how it arrived so he can make corrections. I'm not saying, hey, this came broken because he's just giving this stuff to me. So I just say, look, this is the way it's getting
Right.
delivered here. So I'm just trying to help him out. That's all. I'm not ungrateful for anything I get. I am
There
very
you go.
grateful. even if I'm not interested, I'm grateful for getting there. So, hey, one of these days,
Yes.
I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to remember what I was going to say. Actually,
I have that happen to me all the time, sir.
uh huh. Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Getting old.
Yep.
So all this brouhaha with the diamond thing.
Yep.
Is this going to blow over anytime soon? You think?
Oh, I think before the end of the summer, all this shit's going to be auctioned off. But by the way, New Diamond, post bankruptcy Diamond, is not paying certain companies their money. So this, I don't think it. There might be bankruptcy number two coming up.
I
Who
was
the
going to
hell
say
knows?
this is going to be. Are they still a viable company?
That's a matter of opinion.
And I know
I wouldn't do business with them personally if I was a publisher.
they've been out around like a long time. I remember when I lived back in the Silicon Valley, they are they were the distributor for like California, Southern and Northern California.
Yeah, when I was comic book collecting back in my high school and college years, yeah, no, you got the Diamond catalog, and
Yeah.
that was the golden
I
boy.
mean it was yeah, for comics it was that and Mile High Comics.
Mile High, you went for your back issues, but
Yeah.
Diamond would, yeah.
I remember reading a few. I remember the Diamond, the Mile High ad in the middle of the comic. Did you ever see that issue of She-Hulk where she breaks through the comic and leads all the characters across the Mile High page into the next page?
I don't think so.
That's what I loved about that book. It was very, very satirical. This is the kind of thing they were trying to do with the TV show. Unfortunately, worked a lot better in the comic than it did on TV.
I can see that.
Because from what I understand, they got a whole bunch of writers who had been screwed over romantically. So they're trying to get all their angst out on this show. So,
Uh,
and that's the problem. They did the satire good,
right.
but all the other stuff, was kind of
Kind of
iffy.
felt.
But yeah, the comic was like, she'd always like, I mean, she was like Deadpool before Deadpool. She'd be, breaking the fourth wall, talking to the readers, and things would happen, real weird stuff. Um, it was a fun read. It really was. Anyway,
Uh, anyway,
anyway,
well, we're at the witching hour.
yeah, pretty much.
So, folks, Glenn and I should be back on a Friday night.
Uh huh.
Don and I may have something up later today or tomorrow. I got to see what my schedule is. Gamers Health will either be tonight or tomorrow night because we didn't have it last night because
Uh huh.
we were partying out in Long Island.
Oh, how did that go, by the way?
Very good, and I just drank water and Diet Coke. Oh my God, I'm getting old.
Was Jason running it?
Of course, he made so much food. You could have
Oh yeah, yeah. Remember October? Yeah.
worse than that.
Okay, we're gonna run the third game, but first we gotta make some ribs.
Well, we had ribs, we had chicken wings, boneless chicken wings, frankfurter steak.
Jeez.
Yeah, no,
Hamburgers, hot dogs, steak, everything.
yeah, no, just too
Good old.
too mucho is all I'm gonna say.
So let me ask.
Delicious,
So let me
delicious.
ask you: Are
Yeah.
you in some kind of group of his,
No, I don't. I haven't gamed there.
or was this a special thing?
We get invited out to the like the parties, and and it's funny because everybody kind of self segregates. So the D&D players congregate in that spot where we
Mm-hmm.
gamed, and then by the pool there was a second awning and chairs, and that was like the crossover group. And
Mm-hmm.
then there was another tent with chairs, and that was the youngins for like his kids,
Unbelievable.
their friends. So
I really wish I could. I really wish I could visit you guys and him again because that's the way he unbelievable. That's
Yeah,
all.
well, he wants. Listen, they were all talking about GlenCon 2.
Well, GlenCon 2 does not do anything online.
Just saying.
I know, I know, I know. I'm having enough trouble just getting enough money to go to the next two cons next year.
I know,
So,
I know, I know.
so
I'm just saying, Glenn, that you are appreciated. That's
I am.
all I
I
am.
know,
That's
I am.
all I am
I appreciate the appreciation.
there.
If I ever get to see you guys again outside of a con,
Uh,
or Jason or them, I'll count myself fortunate.
okay. Well, we're trying to get
I
Jason to go
mean,
to more cons. So
I mean,
maybe.
in the back of my mind, I thought, should I try GoFundMe? No, no, GoFund. No, 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 no. Some people use GoFundMe for not weird stuff, but it's just like you couldn't raise enough money yourself for this.
No,
I always thought it was for like emergencies and
yeah,
medical bills and deaths and funerals and that kind. I remember Gavin, my younger grandson, when he was like about 14, tried to GoFundMe. I think he got $5 from Becky because he didn't understand the logic of GoFundMe.
yeah.
And I'm sorry I said that now. If you ever see me on GoFundMe, I will probably be embarrassed. So, but yeah, but I'm thank you guys. Thank you. I'm still
Well,
appreciative.
they're the ones that brought it up. It was. I just thought it was
I
very
know,
sweet.
but I'm still thankful that I got to see you guys outside of a con. And I won't see you guys again until Battle Creek in April. So
Um,
anyway, I guess it's time, huh?
yes. So,
Yeah.
folks, thank you for
Mark
joining Glenn and I.
Mark's messaging me, so I have to go talk to him for a
We
minute.
got to do you like. Again, if you want to support this channel, you can
Yeah.
do it by as simple as taking out your phone, going to that QR code, and supporting for as little as $1.99 a month. There you go. Take that picture.
There
Um,
you
and like I said, listen, there may be another. There will likely be another live stream today, whether it's me or Don or Game with Health. Later on, right now I got to walk a dog, take the wife food shopping, and some other wonderful stuff. So, safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice.
Good night,
Roll the dice.
folks. Or goodbye, folks.
Yes, yes, Death Angel. We only do an hour during the daytime. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, Rob isn't here and Bad Mike isn't
Oh my
here,
God.
so we don't
Yeah,
go over an hour.
yeah.
When
Or
they're here,
three.
we don't know.
Yeah. If Joe the lawyer was here, 5 hours isn't outside the realm.
Yeah.
But
You got Rob and Bad Mike in the same room. You're gonna be here a while.
yep.
Or we're gonna be here a while.
Yes. Go find something to do, D.
Yeah, sorry, Death.
I'll catch you later.
Anyway,